Mr. One day I will accomplish this. One day I will do this. This is my goal and I will do this. And that was me. Brothers, gentlemen, that was me. This is your sign to start taking things a lot more seriously. Enough fucking around. Seriously, enough fucking around. How many more years, how many more months do you have to wait and talk about it before actually taking tangible action, so to speak? You keep planning, you keep formulating, you keep procrastinating. That's what I say. You keep reading these books, but what have you done? What have you accomplished in the last 12 months? What? Are you a much better person? Have you cultivated a certain mindset towards working hard? Have you done anything significant? Have you achieved the goals that you set out 12 months ago? For a lot of you, no. Why is that? Because you keep talking about it, you keep overthinking, you're not taking enough action. Self-doubt will always be cured by consistent action. Because inaction will breed anxiety, will breed fear, and inaction and procrastination. You keep planning too much. And that's the first point, the first key point that I want to make. And this is really your sign to lock in and take the rest of this calendar year very seriously. And that is, you're overthinking too much. And I am one of the biggest overthinkers. I used to be a much worse overthinker, and now I'll just do it. Because the more you overthink, you're just tricking your brain and you're talking yourself out of it. You're talking yourself out of actually doing it. Stop overthinking. It's not that deep. I promise you, it's not as hard as you think, because what you're doing is you're picturing worst case scenario in your brain. 99 times out of 100, it's not going to happen. It's going to go well. Why don't you think the opposite? Why don't you retrain your mind when you have those negative thoughts to say, reject the idea, think of the positives. What if this goes well? What reward can I get out of this? What if I work hard? What if this risk goes well? Of course, risk can go terribly wrong, but why do you have to think negatively? What if it goes well? Think of that. Think of the rewards. Think of what you're going to reap out of that. It's a mentality thing. It's a mentality thing, and that's what separates men and boys. It's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. You're overthinking too much. It's not that deep. Just jump into it. As a wise man once said, aim, shoot at the target, and even if you miss by a country mile, at least now you know, you have tangible evidence. Okay, this is how far away I am from the target. Someone's committed a crime. This is how far away you are from the target. Okay, this is what I need to implement. This is what I need to do. This is how far away. You might even be closer than you anticipated. You might even be closer than what you preempted. But you won't know unless you actually shoot the fucking gun. Until you start taking action. I wish my younger self took more action, because I'd be a lot further along than I am today. You need to start taking action. Formulating planning is phenomenal, but formulating can only take you so far. You have to pull the trigger. You have to start taking action. Another one is, you're surrounded by piss poor company. Your friends are not really your friends. They might be the guys that you play FIFA and NFL and 2K and GTA, phenomenal. They might be the guys that you hang around and have a few pints down the pub, fantastic. And you might have a laugh and you watch the footy together, you watch American football, whatever your sport is, and ha ha hee hee, you have your laugh. But when shit gets tough, when you want to speak about the grand plans, the goals, A, they're nowhere to be seen because they're not on your wavelength. They haven't got the same ambition as you. But a lot of them will sneer at you and think, come on, Kem, be more realistic. Richard, what are you talking about? Come on, who do you think you are? Or they may support you, but deep down, they don't really want you to succeed. They want you to remain their level because it makes them feel insecure. It makes them feel like a fucking loser. Because you have higher ambitions, you have higher goals that you want to attain, and they're just not on your wavelength. They might cover up with, are you sure, Richards? Daniel, that's a little bit risky. Are you sure you want to do that? How about you do this instead? They're turning you away from it. Now look, some family members will do the same, but that's because they have your back, they have your best interest in their heart. Mum and dad don't want to see you fall. Absolutely, that's very normal. But be very wary of your friends and really analyse, are they really your friends? Look, I might be wrong. Some of your friends, they might be fantastic, but there are some of your friends you have to question, and that will deter you. So when I say time to lock in, when I say time to take things seriously and actually move up the gear, it's analyse the company that you're surrounded by. So we've spoken about the bad company. We've spoken about not taking things very seriously. We now need to talk about your goals. Now, you've set goals in the past. But are they big goals? Are they significant goals? If you're making, let's say, £1,500 a month or £3,000 a month, and your goal is to move from 3,000 to 4,000, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. It doesn't, I spoke about this the other day, it doesn't excite you enough. It doesn't give you goosebumps. It doesn't get you out your fucking chair. It doesn't. It doesn't. You have to set grand plans. So if you're making £2,000 a month, set the goal to make £10,000 a month. Set it. You have to set these goals, because that's going to excite you, because that's a 5x jump. That's a 5x jump. Okay, for me to achieve that, okay, cool, I'm going to have to change the way that I do things on a daily basis. I'm going to have to change the way that I do things on a weekly basis. I might have to make a lot of sacrifices here, but they're big goals that you can aim at. They're big goals that get you off your chair, get you off your seat. And that's going to force you to lock in, because it's going to give you that drive, that burning desire to go out there and actually crush it, to actually accomplish what you need to accomplish. It's setting the right goals, it's setting the big goals, and be more specific. Cool, £10,000 a month consistently. Okay, what else? Now try to formulate a plan. As I said to you before, formulating is not the issue. It's procrastinating, where you're formulating too much and constructing too much. Cool, £10,000 a month consistently is the goal. What do I need to do to achieve that? Ask yourself why. How can I achieve that? How is that going to be possible? How can I achieve that? Keep asking yourself how, because you're getting the creative side of your brain working, and that's going to help you attain the goals that you need to attain. And this isn't just financial. This is also physical, emotional. Any goal, any endeavor that you're pursuing is exactly the same. So be very wary of the company that you surround yourself with. Be very wary of the type of goals that you're setting. Make sure they're not vague. Make sure they're a lot more specific. And understand that up until this point, you've simply been fucking around. You haven't taken things as seriously as you need to be taking them. Look, the date today is the 11th of May 2024. Most likely you're watching this video towards the end of May. We're nearly halfway through the year, gentlemen. You know, you guys set the goals at the start of 2024. This is my year, New Year's resolution. I'm going to crush it this year. Where are they? We're nearly halfway through the year. 2024 has gone in the blink of an eye. And if you're not careful, so is your 20s and so is your 30s. And you're going to end up at a point where you're going to have pain of regret rather than the temporary pain. And I've spoken about this before. The pain of regret is one of the worst pains you can ever suffer. If you don't lock in now, you won't ever lock in. One day or day one. The choice is yours. I used to be the guy, as I said, one day I will do this. One day I'll buy this. No. Stop making excuses. Take accountability and start today. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.